Every generation has its gold rush. The railroads, oil, the internet, crypto. But none have spread this fast, this deep, or this quietly as artificial intelligence. We're told AI is changing everything. Jobs, creativity, relationships, the entire fabric of society. But here's the question nobody asks. If AI is so powerful, who's actually getting paid? Because while millions of people are experimenting, investing, and automating, a tiny handful of players are cashing in on something far bigger. The architecture of profit that runs beneath it all. This video isn't about hype, it's about the money flow. The hidden hierarchy of who earns every time you prompt, generate, or upload. We'll follow $1, a single AI transaction, and trace it across the entire value chain. From the chip that powers the thought, to the cloud that rents the compute, to the model that speaks the words, and finally, to the app that captures your attention. Because the truth is, AI isn't one industry, it's 4 stacked empires. And if you understand how the dollar moves between them, you'll see exactly where the next wave of wealth is being built, and where it's about to disappear. And when demand explodes faster than supply, they mint money from physics. These aren't just pieces of hardware. They're the beating hearts of modern intelligence. Each GPU, each accelerator, each processor inside a data center is a tiny engine of thought, capable of performing trillions of calculations a second. And right now, the world runs on one brand's design, Nvidia. Its H100 and upcoming Blackwell chips are more than products, they're global bottlenecks. Data centers fight to secure them. Governments compete to import them. Startups raise millions just to rent them. And here's the punchline. Scarcity equals profit. Now that we've built the brains, we need somewhere to house them. Enter the clouds. Amazon, Microsoft, Google. Think of them as the landlords of the digital universe. Every chatbot you use, every image generator you test, every model you query, it's not running on your laptop. It's running on their machines. Every second of AI inference is rented, not owned. That means every time you hit generate, a tiny meter starts running. A prompt here, a video there. Pennies to you, but billions across the planet. The cloud companies don't gamble on which AI wins. They get paid no matter who wins. That's the beauty of being the infrastructure. They sell access. They sell uptime. They sell speed. And the more the world depends on AI, the more they quietly raise the rent. They don't need to hype innovation and they tax it. The chipmakers sold the shovels. The cloud lords own the land the mines sit on. Their advantage is scale, their moat is lock-in, and their profits compound as every new AI startup signs one more cloud contract it can't afford to leave. That's the second stop for our dollar, a toll booth that never sleeps. And whoever owns the user interface to that attention wins the next battle. They take oceans of text, mountains of data, and the world's best chips. And they teach machines to understand. Training a foundation model is like launching a rocket. High cost, high risk, breathtaking payoff. GPT-4 reportedly cost hundreds of millions to train. Its successor could cross $1 billion. Why? Because intelligence isn't cheap. Each improvement demands more parameters, more context, more human feedback, more compute cycles burning around the clock. The model makers live on the edge, between scientific revolution and financial exhaustion. Their goal isn't to win every user, it's to sell access, to license intelligence itself as a commodity. You pay per token, per request, per seat. But here's the cruel irony. Once open source models get close in quality, the premium collapses. This is where AI meets emotion. The apps, the interfaces, the tools you actually touch, ChatGPT, Midjourney, Notion AI, Perplexity, Runway, 11 Labs. You don't care what model they use, Baldrant. You care that it feels effortless. That's the key insight of the app frontier. Perception equals value. 2 apps can run the same underlying model, but the one with better UX, faster results, or stronger storytelling captures the customer. The app doesn't sell intelligence, it sells identity. It becomes part of your workflow, your brand, your daily routine. And that's why app layer companies can multiply the dollar, because they own the relationship. Once you're integrated, you're not just a user, you're dependent. This is where switching costs rise. This is where brand power beats raw tech. The further you move from the servers, the closer you get to the profit. The app doesn't just sell access to AI, it sells belonging to a smarter world. Now let's trace our single dollar through this entire chain. You pay $1 for an AI product, 30 cents stays with the app that sold it to you. 30 more flows down to the model provider running the intelligence, another 30 goes to the cloud that rents the compute. And the last 10 cents? It trickles up to the chip maker that made it all possible. But here's the twist, that ratio isn't static, it changes with every economic cycle. When chips are scarce, silicon captures more. When compute becomes abundant, clouds and models fight for share. When models commoditize, apps dominate the profit pool. The dollar moves like a tide, following scarcity. And that's the secret to predicting where money will go next. Don't follow trends. Follow constraints. Wherever there's friction, there's margin. AI's entire economy is just a moving map of bottlenecks, and whoever controls the current bottleneck controls the profits. Let's look at where those bottlenecks are headed. Future 1. The compute crunch. Demand outpaces supply. Chips become the new oil. Cloud capacity becomes the new land. The giants with early inventory dominate, profit pools flood upstream, silicon and servers win big. Future 2. The model war. Competition erupts. Open weights eat into closed models. Token prices crash. Intelligence becomes cheap and plentiful. In that world, the apps win, because value shifts to brand, workflow, and trust. Future 3. The vertical empire. General AI fades into the background. Specialized AIs rise. Healthcare, law, finance, defense. Each vertical builds its own stack, tuned to its own data. The winners? Those who own an entire ecosystem from chip optimization to interface. Each scenario reroutes the dollar. But all obey one rule: control scarcity, capture profit. And when scarcity shifts, so does the throne. Here's the next big shift. For the past 5 years, scarcity lived in compute. But soon, it'll live in something deeper. Trust. When AI can generate anything from deepfake presidents to synthetic voices to fake experts, the scarcest resource becomes authenticity. The world won't just need better models, it'll need believable ones. The next billion-dollar opportunity won't come from who builds the smartest machine, but who builds the one people trust. Verification, provenance, transparency. That's the next gold rush. When everyone can create content, the value moves to whoever can confirm what's real. Trust will become the new compute, invisible, expensive, and absolutely necessary. So, who really profits from AI? The chip makers print scarcity. The cloud lords tax participation. The model builders chase scale. The app creators capture loyalty. But the ultimate winners? The ones who understand how the dollar moves before everyone else does. Every wave of technology follows the same rhythm. Tools become cheaper, access expands, and value migrates to whoever controls connection and credibility. AI isn't just the next big thing. It's the blueprint of the next economy. And if you learn to follow the flow of the AI dollar, you're not just watching history, you're predicting it. This is Profit Switch Lab, where technology meets money. If you learned something new, hit like, subscribe, and join the lab. Because the next time you hear AI is changing the world, you'll know exactly who's getting paid for it